And what do you think about the tent of the Democratic Party? There's a lot of conversation about new faces to the party, like Zohran Mamdani. I understand that he was an assemblyman, but in terms of the national stage, and those who are hesitant to endorse him, how are you thinking about those faces?
Well, Zohran is such a key part of the future coalition. I don't know why you wouldn't want to endorse him. I just don't understand that. He's got lines on his on the scavenger hunt day. And you know, you
It's
can't.
incredible to watch.
You know, I mean, I saw those lines like if you have like a good ice cream shop or like or not for a political candidate. So he's excited people. We want that energy, but we also want the energy of people who are in the center of the party and people on the who have a different vision. We need to bring them together, not by compromising what we believe. I'm for Medicare for all. I'm for a wealth tax on billionaires, but by articulating a vision that can say, how do we all come together? My view is that task is tackling economic inequality and tackling the regional divides and offering an inspiring economic vision for the country. I call it economic patriotism. And I believe that can bring the party together, even though if people don't agree with every single position I take. But if you can't bring the party together, how are you going to bring the country together? I mean, if anyone wants to be a leader in the House or the Senate or for the party, and they say, well, I can't even bring this party together, do you think the country is going to think, well, you're going to bring the country together? And what this country is desperate for are people who are going to offer a hopeful, affirmative vision that makes us move forward, that puts the Trump chapter in the rearview mirror. They don't want us to mimic Trump. They don't want us to be junior Trumps and allow for the devolution of our politics. You know, there have been in our history many presidents. FDR was hopeful and aspirational. John F. Kennedy was hopeful and aspirational. Ronald Reagan, who I disagree with, was hopeful and aspirational. Barack Obama was hopeful and aspirational. Bill Clinton was hopeful and aspirational. Joe Biden was aspirational. And then Donald Trump has won 2 campaigns on fear. And everyone in our party is, who's the villains? Who are we going to attack? How do we have fear? I was like, how about all the other presidents who won on inspiration and vision? How about reaching for a higher bar? How about trying to have an ounce of the inspiration that a Mamdani had or an Obama had, as opposed to just copying the Donald Trump template?
Do you think that...
By the way, Obama would have won every election against Trump in a landslide.
Do you think this lack of vision that you outlined is the reason why the Democratic Party's favorability is so low? Why do you think, even in the era of Trump, it still continues to be under that of Trump's approval rating?
We haven't offered a clear alternative vision. You hear the Democrats and it seems defeatist. We're losing our democracy. Everything is going over to fascism. America is losing out. There are serious threats. I don't want to diminish the threats. The dismantling of federal agencies, the militarization of our streets, the disregard of Congress, the deportations without due process. But when you're on an airplane and there's turbulence, do you want your pilot saying we're crashing, we're crashing, we're crashing? Or do you want your pilot saying we're going to get to the other side? We need leaders who are going to say we've overcome the Civil War, we've overcome World War II, we've overcome slavery, Jim Crow. Here's how we get to the other side and our democracy is going to be strong. Here is our vision. And here's our vision that's going to defeat Trumpism by actually breaking the MAGA base, by bringing some of them over to our side. The antidote to Trumpism is statesmanship. The antidote to fear is bigness and inspiration. And I think we have not articulated an alternative vision. We have not offered a confident leadership about how we're going to take this country for the moment. And we haven't had enough inspiration. Mamdani touched a chord because he has inspiration. You may not agree with every platform, but we need more of an alternative, hopeful, inspirational, confident vision that meets the moment and is clear-eyed about the challenges.